It's time for some sports in a very Master System way. It's Super Tennis, you know? There's not a whole lot to discuss here. We're gonna set everything to Type A and Computer Level 1 just to start off here, get our bearings here. This is already looking very similar to NES Tennis. That was a fault. Perfect. But make no mistake, this game did say it was published and double fault. What are you talking about? This game did say that it was published and developed by Sega. That's another fault. Perfect. We're good to go. We're just gonna, keep the time-tested tradition of me being terrible at tennis games. However, look at that. That's in. That's points for me. Let's see if I can serve it properly. Okay, that counted. That counted. That didn't. I remain awful. Well, difference obviously is, we don't have Mario as the referee here. It's a double fault. Perfect. Perfect. See, I can't even, serve it properly. We're never gonna win if I can't even serve. That's a big ol' lob right there. Practically gifted it to them. Meanwhile, the computer most certainly won that first one there. We'll see how it goes with them serving. I think that's still a faster single bit of scoring than we ever got in NES Tennis. That's okay. Still terrible. This is what you do here. You smack it directly into the net. I got the strats. Don't worry. You seem to just kind of miss it more often than not. We're not doing better having it served to us. Can we make it more than like one volley? Didn't even let it hit the ground there. Watch this. It's gonna go right out of bounds and they'll get the points. Yeah! I've got it. This is definitely maybe, of all the sports games, my absolute weakest genre. Tennis games. Another fault. I don't know if I've ever found a tennis game that I've been any good at. Maybe Mario Tennis, maybe that'll be okay at some point. Dang it. Oh wait, that actually counted. Those are my points. See, I only like slightly know the rules of tennis, as you can tell. That's out. That's points for me. I consider it very lucky. Here's what I know about what I have to do. Hit the ball, and then pray that it counts for you. Look at this. Absolutely tearing it up. Look at that big old lob. Unfortunately, he knew exactly what to do about it. Absolutely had him guessing. I forgot how long games of tennis are as well. This ain't no top spin, though. Good start. Excellent start. In? What? But I hit it. In again. Now I'm exceptionally confused here. All of you tennis experts here, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Because I'm clearly doing something very wrong. Ooh, look at that. It's a new record. Hit them with a lob, they never expected it. Well, they got me in that set. I'm assuming that that's a set. Let that be a lesson to you, CPU. Nobody drops 95 unanswered points on me. Look at that. They're not even close. They were close enough. No! Yeah, that. So what else is there to talk about, you know? What else have I got to say? There's not a lot to say about tennis. Oh, you know. Same old. Yeah, we let that go out. That's on him. That's a terrible shot from my nemesis here. That was pretty awful on its own right. That wasn't a double fault. I saw it, and I could have sworn that it was going to say double fault, but no, it was not. Oh, we got him. Look at that. Press the right button now. Come on. Don't mess up. Yep, and we just let it go out. Don't chase those terrible serves there. I'm getting all of my terminology completely screwed up. I hope you're all aware. Oh, this set isn't even over. Look at this. I thought it was first to 3 takes the set, but no, I know absolutely nothing. We downed the ball at the 20. See, give me a little bit of Tecmo Bowl, I'll be fine. Give me tennis. No, no, no. It is, of course, helpful that I know the rules of football much better than I know the rules of tennis, but ooh, that's a daring spot to serve from, my friend. But it served him well, actually. We were gifted that one. I don't even know if I've so much as watched a tennis game. It's just not a sport that ever appealed to me. I was actually okay at playing badminton when I was in high school. I didn't like play for a team or anything, just every now and then when we'd have a gym day, they'd roll out the nets and play badminton every so often. And I was actually okay at that. I don't know why I was okay at it. It's the kind of thing that I should have just absolutely sucked at. And yet, it was my preferred racket sport. Shouldn't have tried to lob it. Shouldn't have tried to get cute. Oh, it's deuces. The first deuce we've seen here. Now I know I was like, this looks a whole lot like NES tennis. Wow, I can't believe that was in. But at the same time, you know, what are you really gonna do with tennis on an 8-bit system? They're all kind of destined to look pretty much the same. Look at that sneaky shot we got in there. I can't believe that that is in your favor. Like, that seems like the kind of thing where you give them such a weak shot that they can't even get it and you'd give them points. But no, I guess in tennis rules, it's like, yeah, just serve them a shot that they can't even hit because it just rolls on the ground. Unless it's a quirk of the game and it doesn't work like that in real tennis, which it's possible. It does feel... Come on. It does feel a little more playable than NES Tennis was. Like, I'm doing a little bit better with it. It seems a little more intuitive. And that's, of course, a good thing, you know. That's so corny. I love how that works. And I think it's pretty obvious just watching that I'm doing much better in this than I was ever doing in NES Tennis. Well, that's a double fault. You don't want a double fault, you know, that should be obvious. Very accurate ball hitting the racket sound there. It's actually kind of a satisfying little, oddly musical beep. See, there's a little harmony there when it hits. You want to play the lob game? That's fine. We'll play the lob game all day long. I regret it. I regret it. I regret playing the lob game. Mistakes were made. We're gonna, like, fault our way into a deuce situation here. I wasn't kidding. Just as it was written up in the playbook. That was scripted right there. Tennis players don't have a playbook, do they? That's probably very specifically a football thing. Oh, look at that. He couldn't get to it. Oh, poor little boy. We're on aces. We just gotta not double fault our way back into a deuce. Come on, man. I'm the king of garbage serves. Proving it right here. Let's see if we can double fault him into an ace. Look at that. That's that aggressive play that you need to truly make it in the courts. Terrible. I'm going way too far on the outside. I gotta serve more on the inside here. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Just let that go out. A corny way to win, but it works for me. What is you doing, you fool? Serving into the net? Pff, boy, imagine double faulting when serving. I would never do anything like that. This is more fun than NES Tennis. I'll just be straight up with that. I think the easiest AI is easier than the easiest AI in NES Tennis as well, making it a little bit easier for rank amateurs such as myself to make something happen. Now, when does one lob? When is lobbing the superior choice? I don't know. But whatever he was trying there, it wasn't working out for him. Really, it's basically Pong, but you have to press a button. Which means you have to have timing. It didn't confuse him, didn't leave him frozen. No! All of that just to net it. That was a decent little sequence right there. Just let him fault it. You can do it. I believe in you. You can double fault this. He didn't double fault. It was real close. It was right on the line. Yay! Yeah! Yeah, see, I'm feeling a little bit of invigoration in this one here. NES 10 has drained me of life. This game is actually making me feel okay. Helps that the CPU is a little more prone to double faulting at AI level 1. Don't ask me. I don't have a good reason for that. We just get right up in their face. Send a lob right next to the net. Send it again. And then, now that they're expecting the lobs, we saved that one? What the heck? I can't believe that I recovered that one. And he completely loses it. The pressure was too high. He couldn't handle it. That was a juicy serve, if I do say so myself. He thinks he's got me with the lobs, but no, he set himself up for disappointment. He completely destroyed all his own chances. Pretty good for a serve far on the outside. Normally I botch those heavily. Ah, got a little too close to the net. Tried to get a little too cute. Drenched it with way too much sauce. Now you watch this. He can't even get to it. He's the slowest man in the world. He moves like molasses. You know, we kind of set it up that way, but that's a fault. I figured it would have been. Those outside serves, those are a little harder to get done. So we'll just play it safe with the safe inside serve. Those are a little harder to fault. He somehow got points out of that because I just kind of ran into the ball head first. Tennis balls are for dogs. But here we are, humans playing with them. Did not mean to double fault that. I'll be straight up with you. I don't think I ever mean to double fault it, but that one I truly thought that I was going to be reasonably safe. So how does it work in like tennis stats anyway? Does like 40, does that mean you've scored 40 points? Or I guess I don't know, like how do people gauge tennis players? I wouldn't think that reaching 40 means, oh yeah, they scored 40 points. I don't even think it means points. I don't know anything about tennis, you know? We're gonna let that go out. May I say it's real goofy that they just made this part of the court and then said, oh no, that just goes out, instead of, you know, just ending the court there. That's something they very easily could have done. They being, you know, the inventors of tennis. The CEO of tennis. Look at that little grounder. You gotta run up and get those ones, boy. You know, you can't just, Oh, look at that. He's faulting. We can go flaunt our stuff over here to the... See, look at this. I don't even need to be there for it. I need to be there. This is what we call completely icing the other player. We just chill by the referee for half the game. So look at this. I'm so unconcerned. I shouldn't ice him that much. I can do it over here. I can make it to the ball when he's serving to this side. Didn't have to. We smack the referee. Alright, alright. We're giving him... we're practically gifting him this set. It's time to get serious. I know what you're thinking. You have the audacity to pull this kind of BM when you're just barely eking out wins. Absolutely. It's just like how I played sports games when I was a kid. I didn't make any attempt to win. I just made an attempt to give the most ridiculous showing possible. Oh no. He got me. Alright, alright. I feel you. I feel you. I was the kind of kid who, you know, runs a fake punt on 2nd and 3. The kind of kid who, in triple play baseball for the PS1, once one of your outfielders catches it, you just keep throwing it to like other basemen ad nauseum, nonstop, and the game never actually ends because the players just decided to play an impromptu game of catch. That was the best feature of triple play baseball, is that you could just keep throwing the ball, and the play wouldn't officially end until you stopped throwing it to someone. And of course, the satisfying thud and sound it made whenever you ran into another player. It's a great game. I don't know if I've ever tried to play it as an actual baseball game, as every time I played it as a kid, I only ever had the demo, but I always just, you know, tried to make a mockery of the sport. As you do. I know, oh, it's baseball, you've already made a mockery of it. Like, lol. I'm sure all 12 baseball fans would be very upset to hear that. But that's the set. Baseball, it's one of those things where, like, I know maybe one person who, like, legitimately enjoys baseball. So where is all the money coming from? They're very highly paid players. They've clearly got, you know, by them I mean the MLB. They've got big TV deals. You know, it's a big deal. Everyone talks about the World Series, but I'm like, who watches it? I have no idea. Most of the time when I hear baseball mentioned, it's people talking about how dull it is to watch, which I think is probably an unfair assessment. You know, I don't watch baseball myself, but I'm sure that, like most sports, once you understand the nuances of it, it likely becomes much more entertaining to watch. There's a lot more to actually pay attention to. You know, it's like how people who don't know anything about football, they're like, oh, it's just big burly guys tackling each other. It's like, well, no, man, that's reducing it to a very low level there, you know. But there's a lot that goes into a game of football. You know, you got your play calling, you got the strategy of the play calling, watching how a play unfolds and the defense versus the offense. It's not like, you know, basketball where, you know, you're just straight up not allowed to goaltend. That's always been the most confusing thing to me about basketball, is the fact that goaltending is a penalty. Like, and this goes down to exactly what I said. I just have to understand it better, because with my limited understanding of basketball, I don't understand what the purpose of defensive players is if you cannot goaltend. Now, I think it's got something to do with, you know, you prevent the ball from making it to the net in the first place. Or I think, if I'm understanding it correctly, it is not a penalty to deflect the ball while it is in an upward trajectory, but it is a penalty to deflect the ball if it is in a downward trajectory. I could be incorrect about that. Everything I know about baseball, I know from NBA Jam Tournament Edition. But, I think that's how it works. In which case, okay, I now know what the purpose of a defensive player in basketball is, but it's still... I don't know. It just feels weird that you have a sport where you're just, like, supposed to allow the other team to score on you. It's like, imagine if hockey just had open nets. What's the point? I mean, it does if you're, doing a power play. We got the ball. We only had to flail at it for a while. The only reason I know anything about hockey is because I grew up in a town that was very much obsessed with hockey. Multiple NHL players came out of that town. Lots of recruiting. Which is, something that apparently you don't talk about, but who am I trying to impress here? Yeah, salvage that one. Just barely. There was even an instance far before my time of a student emceeing a pep rally who got in trouble for making a joke about the school headhunting hockey players. It's like, don't be so fragile. If you do it, you do it, No need to cover it up like it's some big scandal. I don't believe there's anything illegal about that. Maybe I'm wrong. You want to scam? Look at college football players. Hey, play for free, and you might get drafted one day, and then make actual money, even though we expect you to put up not identical. Even though we expect you to put up kind of like equivalent performances as an actual NFL player. The double fault. I'm not good at serving. We know this. I mean, heck, Trevor Lawrence, he ain't getting paid shit, not until he, goes to Jacksonville. Assuming they do draft him, which I am almost certain they will. As great of a meme as Gardner Minshew is, I doubt they're gonna roll him as their franchise quarterback. And as we all know, there's a very real possibility that Trevor Lawrence could be an absolute bust as well. Number one picks are not always the greatest. Patrick Mahomes wasn't a number one pick. Aaron Rodgers wasn't... I don't think he was even a first round pick. What I'm ready to see is a center drafted number one overall. Or no, I want to see a kicker drafted number one overall. Just the god leg. What would it take? You'd have to have like 100% field goal percentage on field goals between 60 and 50 yards or something. Why am I talking so much about football when I'm playing tennis? Because I know more about football than I know about any other sport. I'm not going to pretend to be some wise, lifelong football fan who can tell you anything, but I know a fair amount. I just read I watched a video on the story of the fabled 222-0 game. Georgia Tech versus... I already forgot the name of the other school, but if you've heard those words, 221-0, you already know the entire story. John Heisman got pissed off by the other school and demanded that they play their football game, even though their team left. So they had to get a bunch of law school students to play against what was the best football team on the planet. John Heisman's Georgia Tech team, we're talking, they could have probably beaten just about any NFL team at the time. That's a bad fault. And yeah, it was very funny. Lots of highlights from that story, including guys running away from the field to hide, the entire team just falling to the ground so that they didn't get beat up and tackled. And despite Heisman inventing the forward pass, Georgia Tech did not pass the ball once the entire game. They rushed the ball the entire time and still managed, 222 points. My favorite little bit from that entire story was Georgia Tech's kicker getting very bored of just kicking 18 consecutive extra points, which, let's be real, it's never going to happen again. He decided he was going to try to kick it through the goalposts on the kickoff. But he did one better. He ran the kickoff. I mean, he kicked the ball off and then ran downfield. The ball that he kicked bounced off the goalposts and bounced off the head of one of the other players on the other team, and he then proceeded to catch his own kick and ran it in for a touchdown. Something else that will never happen again. I mean, even today, wild things happen in college football, but that is absolutely insane. I believe college football is the only place that a defensive safety has ever occurred, leading to the dreaded single point. We've pretty much figured this game out, I think, you know? We have solved the mystery of super tennis. And it is super, isn't it? It's a reasonably fun little game. Now, the issue with any tennis games coming forward is it's going to be, why do you have to exist? Unless you're doing something real crazy with it. Like, obviously Mario Tennis, they add, power-ups and Mario characters and it's more arcadey and stuff. That's bad. And obviously, if you were to compare Super Tennis to a more modern tennis game, like Top Spin, I don't even know if they make Top Spin games anymore. Obviously, you'd see some differences there, of course. But like any other simulation-based 8-bit tennis games, they're going to be pretty much identical to this, I feel. Yeah, smacked him in the head with it. I probably shouldn't lob it because things very rarely actually happen when I lob it. It's usually just a very slow ball that they manage to hit back, but it's I just like to put a little bit of spice on it every now and then. I like to vary it up. That's out. Yeah! No need to hit that one back to him. Look at that! Not a full sweep, but 6-1. Game, set, match, you win. Have you tried a harder level? Well, since we actually won, which I'm amazed by, we're gonna try that. We're gonna put the speed up to level B, and we're gonna try computer level 2. Control level and player 2. I don't know what those mean. I'm afraid that I'll have to completely relearn this. So I'm just gonna give it a little go here. It's definitely a little bit faster. The music is still playing. Okay. There we go. It's done. We've double faulted immediately. Give me just 1 second here. All right. Does increasing the computer level make it harder to serve? Because it sure feels like it. There we go. Finally. It's a little faster, I guess. Wow, very impressed with computer level 2. Look at that. Just hits it right out. That was definitely too low. I waited a little too long to hit that sucker. Ah, and then we net it. Should have lobbed it. That's hindsight for you. If I can learn to serve, it feels like there's not that big of a difference between computer level 1 and computer level 2. Ah, no. More double faults. Get out of here with that filth. I cannot possibly describe what is happening. What? That was like a pixel away from being a proper serve. I'm upset about that one. All right. That was a good serve. He almost caught me off guard there. And then he hits it out. I'll take it. You know? I hate that. I hate when you try to hit it, but it just kind of falls at your feet. That gets me more than me actually missing the ball, I think. Oh no. Well, that was okay. That was just awful in general. Fine with that. Fault it away, boy. Ground ball. The computer, even at level 2, seems to not want to use the vertical space. They just kind of want to stay on that back file. Or is it rank? I don't know, man. You hit those grounders and they just don't know what to do with them. Unfortunately, every grounder I hit is kind of an accident. I don't know how to consistently make that happen. It'll fault again. He didn't fault again. We have to actually play it. There we go. There we go. It's a round for us right there. And now to fault it a million times. That's a proper serve. There you go. Keep that up. And things will be golden. Like whoever my trainer was, they clearly didn't think that I needed any work on serving, and they were clearly very wrong. Throwing me in the big leagues like this without having me spruce up my serving, that's just outright, foolish. No, that's a net. I should have let it bounce again, get some upward momentum. That was almost a net, but no, it was a grounder to him. I can't do any super fancy fast shots to either side here, so the grounder is just kind of my only hope. That was an awful fault right there. What else is new? Barely made it over the net, but barely counts, you know? They're using the vertical space! We just have to hit them the slowest balls imaginable, and then they don't know what to do. Look at that! Yeah, or just sneak it right past their shoulder like that. Absolutely. Uh-oh, this is a bad place. Oh, I got the serve off, though. When I got that far inside, I thought this is gonna be miserable. Okay, well. Didn't quite get it figured out that time. These outside ones too. Yeah, that's a fault every time. Don't be so foolish, man. All right, come on. We just got to pull it out here. The grounder will do it every time. You just gotta like barely get it over the net. That's how you make that grounder happen. That was a little bit awful. Bet you won't do it again. He didn't do it again. The taunting doesn't work because, you see, they can't hear you. That's the only way I can beat these computer opponents here, is just give them slow little rollers. Okay, let it bounce once, and then hit it. Or else you'll just hit it right into the net and feel like an idiot. Come on. That sucked. Alright, you got me that time. Dare you to fault it again. Come on. I just want a double fault from you, you level 2 piece of garbage. No such luck. A nice tactical lob for you there. No, that's out. Disgusting. Not an impressive set right here so far, you know? Or round, rather. You can bait him into the net shot, that works too. It doesn't matter how you get your points as long as you get your points, you know? That, unfortunately, it goes both ways. You give up points. That doesn't help you much either. Oh. Yep. Gotta keep an eye out for it. Don't swing for those that are gonna go out. Mash it enough, eventually it'll show up, you know? There we go. No, he still got it. Okay. That's out, isn't it? It wasn't out. That was one of the more complex sequences that has occurred so far. See? That's the kind of content you stick around for the full 60 minutes for right there. He didn't even try for that one. He was like, whatever, man. You take it. You take the round. Yeah, I'll make the nut shots. It's so much better than NES tennis, man. Sega did what Nintendo didn't even in the Master System days, didn't they? Well, it's not fully true. I have yet to see absolute bangers on the Master System, the likes of Contra or Zelda or Castlevania. Maybe one will yet show up. I mean, Alex Kidd was pretty good, but it was not perfect. It did have some issues, you know. The rock, paper, scissors boss battles being chief among them. And I would love to see Sega at one point adopt a rudimentary continue system. Although I could see all these games being beatable, though. Well, I mean, any game is beatable. Just take a little more effort from you without a continue system. Beautiful fault. Seemed to be just barely a fault. Let's see if he can manage it again. And he does! Yes! Steal around from him off a double fault at the end. It's beautiful. Good old double bounce. So that's really what it is, it looks like. If the ball bounces twice, you lose. Yep, just like that. We're just psyching him out, you know? We psych him out just to fault. Garbage. Way to go, tennis man. You messed it all up. That's considerably worse than anything else. Ooh. It's a blatant fault. Even I know that. You know, fortunately, tennis is the kind of game where, you know, the more I'm just playing this video game adaptation, the more I'm kind of figuring out the nuances and the rules of it. Better than I could with the NES version where I was, you know, just trash all the time. All right. Just get a slow grounder. He still got it. That's... No! He baited us into a net shot that time. I should have let it bounce or lobbed it. But again, all these I should haves do not equate to a winning formula. That is what equates to a winning formula. That beautiful stuff right there. Don't let it hit your body right like that. Now we have trapped ourselves in a deuce situation. And this is where your palms get exceptionally sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. The whole... Oh, no. The whole shebang. Gotta take them out of this ace state that we found ourselves in. That's not gonna help. We saved it, though. Yes. He took himself out of the ace state. He's gonna feel terrible about that. Back in deuce. Let's see if we can get into aces. I can remember reading a Marvel comic about tennis. It didn't feature any of their superheroes. It was a self-contained story. I think it was just called 40 Love or something like that. And it was... I don't know what prompted me to read it. I think I had a Marvel like Unlimited subscription. And it was like the top of the alphabetical comics list. So I was like, oh, why not? It's 4 issues. I'll check it out. It was pretty good. You know, for me not knowing anything about tennis, so I can't speak to anything about the accuracy of it or anything. Yes! This round refuses to end. This is a true nail-biter. The crowd is going absolutely insane, as you can tell. This is just the Japanese audiences. They're a little more quiet, a little more respectful, you know. If you ever watched a New Japan Pro Wrestling show, the crowds aren't as rowdy. They kind of sit there and then they politely clap when a sequence ends. It is me. I am the ace now. And he gave it to me. He finally choked. I thought I for sure would have been the one to choke, but, you know, I'll take it. That's, you know, no excuses for that one there. It's just kind of a generally awful play. Full concentration right now. Let it bounce once. And then rocket it over there. Catch it up at the net. It's going forever. It doesn't end. Nope, it almost ended. And he chokes it finally. That was maybe the longest sequence so far. It's exciting stuff, you know. Who needs real sports when you can just watch Super Tennis on the Sega Master System? Now is the time for my terribly timed plugs again, where I wait 52 minutes into a video to say if you enjoy the content, I do welcome you to the channel, and it would please me greatly if you subscribed, if you continue... I mean, if you would like to continue watching the absolute nonsense that occurs here. Every little bit helps out, every view, every like, every subscription. It's true what they say, you know, every schmuck on YouTube is like, subscribe, hit that bell, but it all does truly come together to help out a great deal. Here you go. I mean, for me especially, those are the only metrics I've got. Are people watching? And if they're watching, are they subscribing? That's about all I know, you know? That should be a grounder. Yeah! Perfect. That gets us that whole set. Clearly, we won't even be able to finish off the second set, but I think, suffice to say, we are easily in a winning position against this level 2 AI. That would have been an unfathomable sentence in NES tennis. But this is, in fact, Super Tennis. Incidentally, not for the Super Nintendo. Because the Super Nintendo has not come out yet. Yeah, hit that sucker out. Big fault. It's on me, you know? It's always on me. It's the kind of thing where you can feel free to blame the game if you want, but once you do it properly and figure out what the game actually wants you to do, then hey, you can consistently serve properly. You just gotta not suck it up. See, that right there is what we define as sucking it up. He baited me into the net shot. And I took it, hook, line, and sinker. Do it again. Fault it again, man. He didn't fault it. Is it so much to ask? I know you're capable of a double fault. You level 2 garbage bin. Decided to give that one a little bit of air. Yeah! Crashed it right into his head. It's a remarkably satisfying game, actually, for what it is, you know. Despite me starting off this video saying I'm terrible at tennis games, I'm not going to make any illusions that I'm any good at this one, but I've been enjoying this one far more than most that I try out. Go figure, you know? The most generic title, well, no, actually tennis is the most generically titled tennis game, but a very generic name, very little personality to it, but it's just made quite solidly. We are gifting him this round. Not something I would recommend. Let's see if he double faults it. Puts us into a deuce through a double fault. He does! He does! I knew you could do it, computer. Alright. Hit me with that deuce magic. I was screwed either way there. He wouldn't turn around for some reason. It didn't help me out. That's not out. It just looked out. I knew that would be a net shot, and he takes it. I dropped the ace to him. It's all my fault. Tell you what. That's out. And now it's the point where, you know, I got like 3 minutes left in the video, so I just drop it all. My resolve just ends right there. Let him hit it out. Don't chase it. Don't get cute just for the sake of putting a little razzle-dazzle on it. There's a kid in my high school with the last name of Rasmussen. Well, his friends all called him Razzle-Dazzle, or just Raz. Impressive plays right here. It's going on the ESPN highlight reel for sure. Big faults coming at you here. Super Fault Tennis. That's the new name. Let's just lob it straight out of the court. That'll get us somewhere, right? That was still in. Okay. Ah, it's still in. I gave it up. Okay. Okay. We're not even going to be able to finish this round. We don't got enough time. But, well... yeah, it's like I suddenly just fell. I fell apart. We'll let him fault it all day, though. Yeah, he is going to fault it all day. Look at that. What a wonderful surprise. All we have to do is stand perfectly still. Nope, that was a proper serve. My bad. All that for a net shot. That's pretty much time anyway. You know, there's no sense in lobbing it back and forth one more time. It's, you know, compared to the other tennis games I have endured, that one was good fun. I appreciated it more than I thought I would, and there's a lot to be said for that here. So, I got a put this on my little list here. Unfortunately, I did not properly compile this here. It's going to give y'all a nice little shoot. What was I even saying? Hold on. I want to rank these games in December of 1986 here, because I don't believe I did that. I just have to get my list up here to remember where I put these. This will take me just 1 second to compile. Great ice hockey and trap shooting were obviously not played. Pro wrestling was played. And yeah, I don't think that I ranked the October games either in November. So I'll just throw all these in here, and if I'm being redundant, I'm not concerned. It's not a big deal. Hold on. Action fighter, where did I put that? Right below here. Okay, so where am I putting Super Tennis in relation to all this? I'm gonna put it way up here, actually. So, starting with Transbot for October. So this encompasses Q4 of 1986 for the Sega Master System. This is how I rank them, from worst to best. Worst, Transbot. It was very bland. Right above Transbot, World Grand Prix. I had fun with Create a Track, but it wasn't that great of a driving game, even for its time. Above World Grand Prix, Pro Wrestling. Definitely one of the better wrestling games that I have played so far, but it was still, pretty repetitive. Rambo First Blood Part 2 goes above Pro Wrestling. Not a bad game, but just a little exhausting to play. Above that, Action Warrior, our good old Spy Hunter clone. That game had guts, it had character. Astro Warrior, just above Action Warrior. I know. Astro Warrior wasn't as interesting, but it did have more variety than Action Warrior, so I gave it points on that. Super Tennis is above Astro Warrior. I thought it was a fun tennis game. The Ninja ranks above Super Tennis. It's Commando with shurikens, but I thought that it was very well made, actually. Black Belt is above the Ninja as our second best game of Q4 1986, and number one is most definitely Alex Kidd in Miracle World, which felt like really one of the first truly fully realized games in the Master System's library, even more so than Ghost House or Teddy Boy, or Fantasy Zone even. Fantasy Zone is up there, but Alex Kidd, I think that's my top ranked game so far, and definitely the case for Q4. So, we're gonna jump into 1987 with our next episode, which will be, let me make sure this doesn't use the sports controller. I don't think it does. It's Great Baseball. So we'll see if Sega can beat Nintendo at the baseball game as well. We'll see how that plays out. Either way, as always, thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.